We'll read verses 1 through 6. We'll read that entire first psalm, but our topic is going to come out of the very first verse, better yet, the very first word, blessed. We are expecting God to do just that in 2012. You know, every year leading up to this year, I've heard cliches as to what they believe the year is supposed to be. You know, 2007, we're on our way to heaven. 2008, you know, we have cliches for everything. 2008, God's going to make the way straight. 2009, it's going to be mine. We were claiming everything. Hadn't heard nothing yet for 2012. I'm quite sure that's out there. Everybody has a cliche as to what they feel the year should be. That's not a problem. I don't have a problem with that. But my problem comes in is when we make this, it's just basically like a New Year's resolution kind of thing. You have people at the end of the year say, well, I'm going to stop smoking. And they do good for the first 2 months. Well, I'm going to lose weight in 2012. They do good for the first 2 months. And we renege on what we say. We recant all the things we know. I take that back. I don't want to do it again. How many people who are in church tonight, not just here, but all across the land, how many people that are in church tonight that are saying, God, I'm surrendering all to you. 2012 is going to be my year. God, I'm going to make change. I'm going to do something great for you. I'm going to make sacrifices for you. And about 6 months into the year, I'm going to give them 6 months. I guarantee you it's only 3. We forget about everything that we had promised God until the next conference comes along. And then we try to get ourselves right at the next conference. We leave the conference with all this information, come back excited and pumped up and ready to do God's will, and all of a sudden, we hit a bump in the road. And we're right back where we started. That, people of God, is not a happy new year. How can you be happy when you're failing God on this end? How can you be happy when you're not doing what God says do? Call me crazy. I told my wife, I said, the thing is, like we said in Bible study last Wednesday, there are a lot of people who are going to think that I'm crazy. Because I am so bent on making sure all of my footsteps are ordered by God. I'm afraid to watch certain things on television because I don't want to interfere with my connection with God. I'm gonna give you something here. We'll talk about it again tomorrow. But for the first 31 days in January, this is your fast, 31 days. For the first 31 days in January. Now I know this is gonna mess some people up because I don't have nothing to do with food. But I know what I feel in my spirit, so I'm just going to go ahead and say this. For the next 31 days in the month of January, we're going to commit to only hearing what is godly. Got that? That means what you watch, what you listen to has got to be godly. 31 days. Now don't get deep with me. Pastor, I can't watch the news and people just trying to be deep. I'm just trying to help you out. For the first 31 days, especially in your music, there's got to be gospel. Yeah, you can't have the temptations. No. You can't. No. Gospel. It can be contemporary gospel. It can be country gospel. It has got to be gospel. Oh man, that's gonna mess me. No, it should not mess you up because remember, you're feeding your spirit. I'm just telling you what I heard. Okay, so y'all get talk. Call him up. It ain't but 31 days. Now, if that's hard for you, I really got a problem with you. If that's really hard for you, it's not hard to listen to gospel. Is it hard to listen to gospel?
No.
Shouldn't be, because that's who we are. 31 days. That's all I'm asking. And I want you to notice the difference in your spirit on day 32. I don't want you to respond to what is going on until day 32. When we go into the month of February, I promise you, you're going to see a change in you spiritually. Because there's certain things you're going to be watching on television and you're going to say, that's just not helping me. And you're going to change the channel. You're going to change the channel. There's certain things you're going to be listening to. Oh, wait a minute. That's not edifying the body. I got to turn. All I'm trying to do is prepare you to be happy the rest of 2012. All right, y'all in Psalms? You in Psalms? In Psalms? You ready? I'm ready. Psalms 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. 31 days. He meditates day and night on God. See, when we were talking about last Wednesday, we were talking about Ananias and Sapphira. Is that what we were talking about? Yeah. We were talking about that, right? Acts chapter 5. Ananias walks in and he sold all that he had, sold his land, and the man of God never said what you had to give. Never. Everybody already know your tithe is a giving. He never said what you got to give. But Ananias walked in and he said, what have you given unto the Lord? And he lied to the man of God. Well, this is what we sold our land for. This is what we're giving. And he dropped dead. Not because he lied to the man of God only, but because he lied concerning his gift to God. I just want to let that marinate, let you know how important it is that you don't try to cheat God. Oh, we're going to talk about this all in January. Because some of you are walking around dead spiritually and you still think that you're alive. Cheating God. His wife comes along and says the same thing. The man of God said, how is it that both of you conjure up the same lie and think you're going to get away with it? He prophesied to her. He said, just as you're speaking to me, the men who just carried your husband off is standing at the door waiting for you. She dropped dead. They carried her out, buried her right next to her husband. Isn't that so sweet? We have got to be more excited about who we are going to be in God in order for God to take us to the next. Pulling me through. If I'm going to be excited about it, I got to do something about it. It's all right to say, man, I'm glad I'm in church. But what are you doing to make change in your spirit, man? Okay, let me go on because that's not where I'm going there. Verse 3. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doth shall prosper. Whatsoever he does shall prosper. Whatsoever he does shall prosper. Verse 4. The ungodly are not so. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Those who are ungodly, it doesn't take much to blow you away. Those who are not righteous, it doesn't take much to knock you off your. Those who are not following the will of God, it does not take much to move you out of the way. It doesn't take much to move you out of the way. Therefore, the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. Therefore, the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. The way of the ungodly shall